Alright, so I decided to make a different kind of video today. Didn't want to do that much editing because I'm going to the beach and I need to post a video today, so this is what you get. And I may wonder, why did I pick Bed Wars of all games? Am I good at Bed Wars? No. Anyway, so I went to an anime convention a little bit ago, like a week or something. I don't know how time works. And I had a lot of fun. And then I went to all my friends and I was like, hey, look, I went to an anime convention. And they were like, haha, cool. Is that what all those weird pictures were about? And I was like, yeah. And they were like, all right. And they proceeded to not care. So instead of wasting my time, getting new friends, I figured I'd just make a Minecraft video about it because I don't know. I also wanted to talk about an anime I gotta make at the con because it was a cool anime, and I don't have the talents or the resources to make it real. So you get Minecraft. So first off, I went up blah 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 blah. It's like a month ago. My brother approached me and was like, "Hey, want to do a con?" I was like, "Heck yeah, I do. Ever been to a con?" He said, "No." That was about the amount of experience that we both had. Fast forward to a month later after I, hand-built a costume. I went as Technoblade. Such a cool guy. I hope nothing bad ever happens to him. So fast forward to about a month later. I got my costume already. I am bad at this game. I got all dressed up. I was ready to go to the con. This never happened. Me and my brother looked at the actual, thing like a day before, the actual schedule a day before. So we had no idea what to expect. And then, oh god. But I had seen that there was a Dream SMP. Yeah, I'm cool. We had seen there was blah blah blah, blah 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 blah. But I noticed that there was a Dream SMP photo shoot going on. And I was dressing up as Technoblade. So I was like, cool, we'll go to that. But the main problem was that, it was an hour away, and we did not have good time scheduling skills. Hence this video. So we get there 17 minutes before, we actually have to do stuff. And I'm like, okay, if I can get past security in 17 minutes, I might be able to catch the very tail end of this photo shoot and figure out what a photo shoot is. Cut to 2 hours later when I'm still standing in the same line that looped around the building. Yeah, you can tell I was not. Me and my brother had no idea what we were getting ourselves into. I did it. Uh-oh. Well, I'm dead. So obviously I missed the photo shoot. I also missed, everything else I wanted to go to. So it turns out the 3 main events that I was interested in were all happening at the same exact time. And that exact time happened to be, the very beginning hour of the con. So that was great. Regardless, eventually we got in, and I met up with my brother's friends, who had a baby They had a baby at an anime convention. Who does that? Who brings a baby to it? How would they? I honestly have no idea how they managed to sneak such a dangerous weapon inside of the convention halls, but, it was there. And then we went to the shopping area, and, there was a lot of people there. A lot of hot garbage they were selling. I was interested in 90% of it, but I also am a small child with no money, which, kind of an issue when, you wanna buy things. I had $100, and even I knew, as someone who's never been to a con before, that $100 is not a lot. That'll buy you 2 fruit snacks at best. Maybe a single anime figurine. Turn that down. It's so loud. The main thing I wanted was a plush. Not just any plush, but the perfect plush. And I eventually found it. you know, like, the last day, 2 hours before we were leaving the event. Anyway, on to the bulk of the story. So there was a panel called Make Your Own Anime, and I thought, cool, I've always wanted to make an anime. And I thought it'd be like this cool, like, oh, this is how you storyboard and people make ideas. And it was, the guy walks in and he's like, all right, guys, so we have an hour and a half before Netflix comes and has to purchase this anime off of us. And I was like, oh, so this is like a stand-up comedy routine, basically. Oh, this person just lagged out of existence. I feel bad. So we started like jumping around, getting ideas like, all right, what should the genre be? And we came up with the genre mecha slice of life. And it 100% was not a slice of life at all. We were talking about like characters dying, betrayal, and romance. Like, this was the farthest thing from a slice of life you could get. We did have a great cast though. We had Ua, which someone said you should name the main character as UA, and then he was like, no, that's just copyright. We'll say that it's Ua, which is perfect. Love it. The main actual character was Jessica, an android, and they were an android for basically no reason at all, which I loved. A free diamond armor. There was also a third character named Dr. Beep Boop MD, and for no reason we decided to make him the villain, because obviously with the name like Dr. Beep Boop MD, he's gotta be the villain. He has to be. An invisible guy destroyed my bed. The organizers of the panel, like, they started like shooting out scenes. They would pick people from the audience to go up, and then they would like act them out with all of the like lines that the other people in the audience came up with. And I really wanted to be one of the actors up there, and I never got to be. It was so sad too, because one of my brother's friends, who was like 2 seats away from me, got to be an actor in the final thing, and I was so sad. I wasn't jealous or anything, you know. I just slipped him some poison later on in the day, you know. We came up with just amazing story plots. Like, what if the main character wanted to bang a robot? And what if the main villain said, "Oops, I dropped my sandwich"? It was great. It was really fun. And my brother didn't like it at all, because he thought it was gonna be informational like I did, but it was not at all, and that upset him. And I was like, well, you know, I had fun. The main plot of Load, which was the anime's name, lack of a name, which is, you know, doesn't make sense at all, but just go with it. The main character, Jessica, really wanted to bang a robot that was on the enemy side. The enemy side of what? We never figured it out. Then the main villain, Dr. Beep Boop MD, Dr. Beep Bop, sorry, very, very important, got jealous, and then kills Ua, Jessica's best friend. A really tragic plot. This is still a slice of life, don't worry. But then Ua comes back to life because he's immortal for some reason. That was my big pitch. To keep it a slice of life, we had Ua be completely immortal. For what the hell? For basically no reason. And it was great. I loved it. I had a fun time. We went out and I was like, wow, that was great. Can't wait to see what these other panels are about. And my brother was like, hated it. No anime is actually informational. It's all hot garbage. People think that writers and story creators are all these like talented, smart people constantly like plotting out everything in their story. But I'm here to tell you that every like nuanced detail and specific thing, it's all made up. It's all completely random. Writers have no idea what they're doing. I'm a writer, and I have no idea what I'm doing 90% of the time. Anyway, the main other part of the con that I really enjoyed was taking pictures with people dressed as Philza. Since I was dressed as Technoblade, I made it my personal mission to take a picture with literally every single Philza I saw. But I couldn't differentiate the Bleach character from Philza, because they have the same skin. So basically, anytime I saw someone dressed up as either, I immediately ran over to them. I was like, ooh, take a picture with me, please. And they were like, yeah, sure, because it's an anime convention and people are weird. Like, what? Well, who would ever willingly accept, you know, a random stranger walking up to them and saying, hey, take a picture with me? I did that multiple times. I felt very happy about it. I thought I was clicking on the wool. Shut up. Never speak to me again. I wanted 3 stone swords. But that must be such like a weird situation. If you're dressed as a Bleach character, and then a random kid dressed as Technoblade runs up to you and he's like, ooh, can I take a picture with you? Like, I wouldn't want to be in that situation. And I created it for a bunch of people, and I'm really happy about that. Honestly, I just really enjoy either making someone's day great or making someone's day terrible. There's no in between. I have to do one of the two. I went to some other panels, but they were all kind of bad. I mean, some of them were good, but like there was my brother picked out a panel. It was the real world applications of like breathing and Dragon Slayer, and I was like, oh, that sounds cool. And even though I wanted to go to a musical composer one, like a video, there's like a famous video game composer at the same time, but I was like, nah, I'm gonna watch this one because it sounds interesting, and I'm doing it with my brother, so like double win. And the panelist walked up and was like, hey, so I've never done a panel before. I looked at people doing panels and thought, hey, that's probably easy. And then she proceeded to do a pretty bad job by immediately like not knowing how to put her presentation onto the board, which like 10 out of 10. Great way to start. So that person was pretty boring and also didn't really connect. She was like, oh, these are breathing techniques that are completely unrelated from Demon Slayer. And we were like, wow, we don't care. Another panel we went to was one about the history of cats. And I really liked that one, and my brother fell asleep because he was tired. I was tired too, but I was too busy learning about cats to care about being tired. The main two things that I picked up from the, oh, well, guess my bed's gone. The main 2 things that I picked up from that were that people in Japan were really mean to cats because they didn't want them turning into demons, which was fair, but also cats are already demons, so you kind of goofed there. The other thing that I picked up was that the little waving cat things, the little like, I'll put up, like the little golden cats that wave. I'll put up a picture because I can't describe it better than that, and I'm currently focused on being terrible at Minecraft. Those things, they came from like 3. There's like a very good story about how they came to exist. There's a samurai lord taking a normal walk, you know, just living his best life. And then it started to storm, so he took shelter under a tree, you know, where the lightning strikes. Then he saw this cat, probably just like scratched himself on his face, but he's doing the little wavy motion, you know, because cats are weird like that. So obviously the guy was like, it must be a message from the gods. And he walked over to the cat, and then not like 2 seconds later, the tree was immediately struck by lightning. And then he immediately worshipped the cat like a god. But like, honestly, that cat was probably just minding his own business, just like scratched himself, and suddenly the samurai goes over and is like, oh my god, you saved my life, thank you. He probably lived like a king, and all he did was just be a cat. But, you know, considering literally every cat that exists lives like a king for just being a cat, that's pretty on track. No. Just gonna leave. No. Well, yep, that's the end of the story. Anyway, see you in the next video, which will probably be well edited. If you did like this style of me just talking, I sure didn't, then, you know, tell me, because then I'll know. Because if you don't like the video, then how am I supposed to know? If you don't subscribe to my channel, if you don't subscribe or like, how am I supposed to know I'm doing a good job? How? By reviewing myself? That's impossible. My taste in quality is so bad. I think that, like, you can put anything on my plate, like any anime or food, and I'll just be like, yeah, this is great. that's the end of the video.